Right, time to do what you do best. Send your messages so we can read them.
Yeah.
There's been some fantastic birthday cakes and stuff in the newsroom. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, but don't get it twisted, it's not me.
I know. I didn't ask you to say who.
But I haven't said who.
Okay, so what are we discussing?
And it's not him either,
today?
by the way.
No, it's not me. What are we discussing today?
Well, we're not talking about birthdays, we're talking about a whole lot of other things.
A whole lot?
A whole lot.
Okay, let's hear that.
There are more troubles within the MPP as unidentified men siege party headquarters.
I want the leaders to come up and solve this problem. If the leaders didn't come out and they need the criminals to be there, don't give a damn about that.
Poultry farmers are demanding compensation for destroyed birds. Doomsor must stop demo hits the Garden City. Theodosia Okoh is laid to rest, and it's World Menstrual Health Day. The NGO WaterAid is saying society as we know it would be very different if men got their periods.
How would your world be if you were menstruating?
Well, as far as I'm not a woman, it's going to be difficult for me to imagine myself there, but looking at the pains they go through, it's not going to be easy.
It's time to hear your views on these very interesting issues. My name is Jennifer Jane Asante. Let's get interactive. So this is how you can do it. Look for us on Facebook, which is one of the ways you can get interactive on this program, Joy News Interactive. The way you can do that is to go to facebook.com/Joy News on TV. If you're looking for us on Twitter, the name you want is also Joy News on TV. We tweet at JNInteractiveGH. You can send us an email. Send it to joynews@multitvworld.com or send me a WhatsApp. That's 054-010-9009. When you're sending the WhatsApp, please add your name and where you're sending it from. WhatsApp messages are read in real time. So first off, a state funeral has been held in honor of the late designer of the country's national flag, Mrs. Theodosia Okoh. Mrs. Okoh died in April this year at the age of 92. Family, friends, and loved ones gathered at the forecourt of the State House to bid farewell to the departed stateswoman.
Do what you love. Whatever we wanted to pursue, no matter what anyone else thought, our mother expressed nothing but pride in our work and encouraged us to do our best. Theodosia Salome Okoh was a national icon to many. To others, she was an inspiration. To us, she was all the above and our own mama. She raised us well and was in the midst of everything we did. All our lives milestones, and that is indeed now for us, her children, our source of strength. It is also apparently a source of strength for the whole nation, since she touched so many lives. And that is a legacy that must not be taken lightly. Her name, Theodosia, is Greek for divinely given, and that our mother was indeed.
Though now known mainly for the Ghana flag, she engaged in art throughout her life, producing many oils, collages, watercolors, and participated in exhibitions. In my mother, I had an invaluable role model. Mama was an example of how women can carry out their wife-mother roles without stifling their personal ambitions.
May her soul rest in peace. Let's get an update on what's happening with the NPP. You see, while regional executives across the country have been collating a unanimous declaration to vote out the NPP national chairman and his general secretary, their supporters have been fighting. People said to be supporters of NPP national chairman Paul Afoko clashed with private security personnel stationed at the NPP headquarters here in Accra, with some innocent people getting caught in the fray.
Ako shop ameba, I'm me pay biani diwo. If anything, ahani si. Timi ba no, na me pa heka ni si kwan no. Na me kon timi hu se, nkofo di speed bebre fi esro eba. Me hu ani se macho men se ni wo mdi o mo chigidi mo ba ya. On beto car na no si car we kan on no mdi car we ba. No ma started bog car ni gas ni mu. Pam because pam chompa car we kan ho.
I didn't know there was a fight. I parked and went to lunch. On my return, I saw the mob and macho men approaching. They said my car was one of the cars that should be destroyed. I pleaded with them and managed to escape. But the damage was done. I don't know how to explain this. I'm innocent.
Me innocent. My park car ni so am ko pedwa na di. Into mu di o mati no mba no beto se car ni so mfi se car no so kan ho. No mo di ade bu bok car no mo se car.
Sad state of affairs there. I have comment on WhatsApp from Richard in Kumasi, and he says, I think the MPP should look for a better resolution to these internal wranglings than always asking the two leaders to resign. All right, you can keep your comments coming in. As I said, the WhatsApp messages are real time. Don't forget to add your name and where you are sending them from. We'll get to your Facebook messages in good time, but get this. The avian flu has been in our backyard for a while. In fact, it's been there since January this year. The Ghana National Poultry Farmers Association is calling on government to compensate its members whose birds were destroyed from the beginning of the year till date in a desperate attempt to control the bird flu. About 23,000 birds have been destroyed by the veterinary services so far in farms at Achimota and the Pong-Katamanso area.
We are asking that because it calls for destruction of farms when there is an outbreak detection, most farmers, if they are not sure of what they are getting after their birds have been destroyed, might not be quick in reporting incidences. So we are appealing to MOFA, Minister of Food and Agriculture, to come out, announce a compensation package so that farmers will be willing. If you find any sign of high mortality, you will not wait and will come out and announce. In that way, we would contain the outbreak if there is at all.
What form would you want this package to take?
Surely it's about birds that are being killed. So if we could be told that if you have a bird of laying stage to about 30 weeks, between 30, 40, you'll be given, let's say, 5 cedis, 3 cedis, whatever figure government can come out with, at least to assure the farming populace that there is something there. You're not losing everything that would let you hide information when you happen to have it. That will really go a long way to sort of help to contain the outbreak.
I'm going to take a couple of messages on the two issues we've covered before we move away from them. What's up first? This is Abugri Felix. He's from Teshi. He says, rest in perfect peace, Theodosia. In fact, she left an outstanding legacy. He also makes a comment on the MPP. He says it's difficult times and the leaders need to sit up. Samuel Dion from Volta, Germany says the MPP should set a good example for the upcoming youth. And this one is on the bird flu. It's from Van Visio from Salaga. He says, I think government should compensate some of the farmers. It will go a long way to prevent the spread of the disease. When we come back from the break, we'll be talking about something other than the NPP and bird flu. Well, finally, something to move us all along from the talk about the NPP and bird flu. It's going down in Kumasi, where members of FIPAG have organized a demonstration against the incessant power crisis in the country, Dumso, or the plenty talk. Now, we will be talking with our correspondent, Nuruddin Mohammed there. He's going to be giving us an update on issues in a moment, but I'll be taking your comments on WhatsApp, so you can send your comments on WhatsApp in a bit. I'll also be reading your comments on Facebook. So before we get to the ones on Dumso, how about we take a look at the ones you have put up on the issues we've covered so far. And that's the ones on the clash at the NPP headquarters. All right, so I have Ndebila Nuhu Francis, who says he thinks that the security men were acting on orders. Ali Kremo says there was probably a misunderstanding amongst them. God knows Billy says he's surprised at the attitude of some of the NPP gurus. He thinks they should step into the situation. Samson It's Well says the NPP executive should sit down and iron out their differences. Ghanaians need them to come and rescue them from the current economic crisis and Dumso, which we'll be talking about in a little while. Jaren Lawson Bakari has some words of wisdom. He says homes are built on the foundation of wisdom and understanding. Where there is knowledge, the homes are furnished with valuable and beautiful things. And here comes the party that lacks this. How much more entrusting a whole country in their hands? They should forget their bid to power. So much more coming on. But I promised you we would talk about Doom. So a lot of people are turning to alternative power sources, one of them being the use of power banks. Now, there's a photograph being circulated on WhatsApp that we absolutely cannot show you. It's terribly horrid. But people seem to have been sharing it a lot. I've gotten it on 3 different platforms already. If you use a social media platform, you most likely have already received a copy of the photo. It's a photo of a young woman supposed to have died of electrocution as she used her cell phone whilst it was still plugged into her power bank. Now, we haven't been able to find the source of the story, so we can't tell you whether or not it's a prank, but we can find out if these power banks can be dangerous.
Okay, so I'm here with our in-house electrical engineer, Christian Afadi, and I brought my power bank to show him. We're trying to find out if really a power bank can electrocute someone. Christian, welcome to Joy News Interactive.
Thank you very much.
So tell us, is it possible for a power bank to electrocute someone?
Well, ideally, a power bank is not supposed to electrocute anyone. The reason being that the voltage that it gives is not above, let's say, 15 volts, and it is very comfortable for humans. It can't actually cause harm to people. Now, but we are also aware that there are fake products in town. So if you should get a power bank that is not of a very quality standard and it is on charge and you are on the ground, let's say you are not wearing slippers or you are sleeping on the floor and you are charging your power bank that is not original, that is not of high quality, and you are exposed to the earth, then you are going to ground yourself and then you can receive an electric shock.
Okay, but you've seen this photograph that is being spread around on WhatsApp about this young lady who apparently died because she had her power bank on her chest, and so the thing melted on her and she's now dead. What do you think about it?
Well, personally, I doubt if that thing is real. My personal opinion is that the bend on her chest is a bit wider than the space that the phone is connected, meaning that there's possibility that something had caused the bend and then they placed that phone on her chest. And it doesn't look real with a careful observation of that, but it's just a way to advise people that it is not safe, which I agree, that you should charge your phone and be talking.
Thank you very much, Christian, our in-house electrical engineer. So to wrap up, it is possible but not likely that someone could get electrocuted to death from charging their phone with a power bank, right?
I would say that a very good power bank will never ever electrocute anyone.
All right, so here's one social media user's take on the power bank issue. We'll do that quickly and move on to something else. Now, this power bank stuff is like what you watch in horror movies. At best, it can be described as the work of witchcraft, if you believe in it. At my level of education and enlightenment, I don't take some of these things on the surface level. How can a power bank kill that lady, as was shown in that horrific photograph? Meanwhile, most power banks come with Li-ion or polymer cells with a rated voltage of 3.7 volts. The standard input voltage of smart devices is 5 volts. So, power banks need an output of 5 volts to charge smart devices. Power banks don't have constant power, whether idle or in use. It runs down and must be recharged often. It means that it doesn't have that power to inflict that damage to the extent of killing her. Is this not simple science? He goes on, and there are a couple of comments. Okay, there are a couple of comments. I'm just going to read just one, and then we'll move on to our most interesting story of the day. This comment says, in Africa, virtually anything is possible, especially if your family people don't like you. All right, so it is World Menstrual Hygiene Day today. Yeah, I can see guys shifting their eyes and turning away because we're talking about periods. And girls, you can talk about your period all day long if you want to. But this day is so that the world can think of the billions of women who do not have access to hygienic washroom facilities, safe water, or even sanitary ware. The cause is being championed by NGO WaterAid, who really believe the world would be a different place if men got their periods. So we were asking on Facebook what this world would be like if, well, the stronger sex, men, got the red visitor every month. So I'm taking a quick look to see what you guys had to say about it. There we go. Okay, now, yeah, looking through, and here we are. All right, Steve is here. Steve, hi. What do you think your life would be like if you got your period?
I don't know. You don't want to hear what I have to say.
Oh, I do. Trust me, I do.
It's not a pleasant thing. I respect women a lot for their ability to endure 5 to 7 days of internal torture. That's all right. That's all
what
I
you
want
think
to
it
say.
is?
Yes.
Okay.
It is, I think so.
Well, Jerry Lawson Bakary says we should stop imagining impossibilities. He's probably terrified.
I know.
Okay. We have to go, but we do have more comments.
Stop imagining that I will ever menstruate, because I will never menstruate. My name is Stephen N.T.
This is Jennifer Jane Asante.
And thanks for staying with us.
Joy News Interactive is all over.
Bye.